Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So today we will be doing the poem by Imam al-Shafi'i, and I just wanted to give you a bit of background about this exceptional scholar. He accomplished so much in his life, and he died at the very young age of only 53 years old. Imam al-Shafi'i, he was born in 767 and died in 820. And he was the third of the four imams and of the Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah. And he was the one who established the Shafi'i madhab. So he was also one of the founders of Usul al-Fiqh, and he was also an imam in the field of Quranic exegesis. So he was a mufassir, and also he was a master of ilm hadith, and he was also a judge, qadiyan, فعرف بالعدل والذكاء, and he was known for his justice and his intelligence. And in addition to that, he was also a very eloquent poet. He was fasihan sha'iran, okay? And he was also, somebody else is coming in. He was also an expert rami. A rami is a person who is, you would say like a spear thrower. I'm not sure if you'd say a javelin thrower, but basically somebody who would throw a spear. That art is rami, and he was an excellent, skilled rami. And he was also rahalan musafira, so he was an avid traveler. And all of the ulama have praised him extensively. And it was said about him that kana ash-shafi'u kashamsi lin-nahar wa kana afiya lin-nas. So Imam al-Shafi'i, he was like a sun for all people, and he was a healing to people. He was like a sun in the day, for the day, and he was a healing to people. And it was also said, so basically he was of the lineage of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So his origin is Qurayshi, and it is said that Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he had said, "Alimu Qurayshin yamna'ul ard ilman," that there's going to be a scholar from the Quraysh who is going to fill the earth with knowledge. Okay, and what's interesting, an interesting poetry point here is that he was actually an orphan, and his mother was very concerned about him becoming a scholar. So she really invested in him, and she had him stay with the Hudayl tribe in the Badia. Badia is in the desert for. Could we mute our mics, please? Could we mute our mics? Thank you. Okay. And so he stayed in the Badia in the desert, and this tribe, they were known to be afsahul Arab. They were the most eloquent of Arabs. And so he stayed with them for about a decade. And this obviously impacted his eloquence and rhetoric, balagha, okay? And he is considered to be one of the imams of lugha, the leading people of language, the linguists. And he learned poetry from this tribe. And as I'm sure you all know, he was also a student of Imam Malik, and he stayed with him for about 16 years. His mother took him to Medina for this purpose. And of course, he studied under Imam al-Hanafi in Baghdad as well. So he was known for his travel. And there's a beautiful poem about traveling, which maybe we'll do later on if we have the time. So today we are going to be doing this poem called الايام تفعل ما تشاء. And we'll be reading it and then taking it bait by bait. So for people who are new today, this piece over here, all of these small pieces, this is called a shatr. And the whole line is called a bait. By the way, if you see this, do you see it correctly? Do you see it in mirror form, mirror writing? Can you guys read this? Yes or no? I'm not seeing anyone responding.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it reads correctly. It doesn't read in mirror form.
No.
Okay, it reads correctly. Okay, great. Then I can use the whiteboard. Lovely. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Are you guys ready? Yay. Yes, we are ready. Okay, good. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. دع الأيام تفعل ما تشاء وطب نفسا إذا حكم القضاء ولا تجزع لحادثة الليالي فما لحوادث الدنيا بقاء وكن رجلا على الأهوال جلدا وشيمتك السماحة والوفاء وإن كثرت عيوبك في البرايا وسرك أن يكون لها غطاء تستر بالسخاء فكل عيب يغطيه كما قيل السخاء ولا تري للأعاد قط ذلا فإن الشماتة الأعداء بلاء ولا ترجو السماحة من بخيل فما في النار للظمآن ماء ورزقك ليس ينقصه التأني وليس يزيد في الرزق العناء ولا حزن يدوم ولا سرور ولا بؤس عليك ولا رخاء إذا ما كنت ذا قلب قنوع فأنت فمالك الدنيا سواء ومن نزلت بساحته المنايا فلا أرض تقيه ولا سماء وأرض الله واسعة ولكن إذا نزل القضاء ضاق الفضاء دع الأيام تغدر كل حين فما يغني عن الموت الدواء. Okay, so I wanted to say something here. I'm sure you noticed that I changed these harakat وينقصه. You can see this because I've checked this with multiple people, and the word yunqisuhu is probably not the way Imam Shafi'i wrote it, because it is rakik. It is it's inferior language. It is it would be more afsah and more eloquent, as stated in the Quran, which would be yanqusuhu. Okay, yanqusuhu. So yunqisuhu, it does make sense. The ma'na is yani yasah, it makes sense, but it's not eloquent. Okay, so that's the change in that. Are you guys ready? Is this text big enough if I do it like this? Come, we do this like that. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, so here we are starting. دع الأيام تفعل ما تشاء. Leave the days, leave. So by the way, ayyam is the plural of yawm, and da means it's the imperative, the amr means to leave it, okay? Leave days to do as it wills. Let time do whatever she wants to do. Let her do a thing. Don't be too worried about it, okay? So now this over here, let's see if I can get a pen over here. Annotate, draw. Yes. Okay. Can I draw? No, this is a straight line. I don't want a straight line. Okay. So this over here originally had a sukoon, by the way, because it was a kasra. But because you have iltiqa sakinain, the meeting of two sukoons, you have to put in a kasra to have the flow. Okay. So da'il ayyama, leave the days to do as she wills. You know this word tasha'u for other people who are not familiar with Arabic. For example, when you say masha'Allah, masha'Allah, what Allah wills, okay, it's the same word, sha'a, okay? But ayyam is a plural, non-aqil. It's a plural with no intellect, so we refer to it as a single female, okay? So we're talking about ayyam as if she is a she. They are she. Let the days do as she wills, okay? وَطِبْ نَفْسًا. This also is an imperative, a command form, طِب, okay? From the word طابة. طابة, or also if you want the word, you know the word طيب, okay? Can you read this? Just because typing in Arabic is a real pain. Okay, good.
Yes.
Just because I don't have an Arabic keyboard, we can do that very quickly. Okay, so طِب نَفْسًا, which basically means, so the nafs is your soul or yourself. So here it would probably be yourself. طِب نَفْسًا, which literally means like, so طيب would be like to be good and pleasant and content, and really it's to be pleasant. You know, somebody's tayyib, you know, they're very wholesome. And so when you say طِب نَفْسًا, be content, be pleased, like let yourself be pleased, okay? Be content. إذا حكم القضاء. إذا would mean when. حكم القضاء. حكم, can you please put your all of your mics on mute, لو سمحتم, or لو سمحتن to be more accurate. Okay, so إذا حكم القضاء. حكم is like, you could say القضاء would be من قضاء الله, like the decree of God. Okay, إذا حكم القضاء, like when the decree has been determined. Okay, إذا حكم القضاء. So if how we would translate this whole line, leave days to do as she was. Okay, I feel like somebody is not muted here. Okay, done. Okay, so leave days to do as she wills. طِب نفساً, be content when the decree is determined, when the decree from God comes into effect. Okay, is everybody happy with that? Do you think that I'm going too fast, or is the pace good? I need some feedback right now.
I mean, as far as I can tell, the pace is good, but I do have a question about the word tlib.
Yes.
Because like I looked it up, and I guess I feel like the root letters would be ta, aleph, and ba, right?
Yes.
Taba, which means like to be pleased.
Yes.
But are you putting the way you're I think you said it has like a shadde, right? Tayyib?
No. That's what you're talking about is the verb, and you are correct. It's taba, taba yatibu. You're talking about the verb. That is correct. The word tayyib is an ism that is derived from the verb. So you'd say that person is tayyib. If you're using it in a verb form, it would be taba. Yeah. I hope that answers your question. Okay.
Oh yeah, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Sumaya, you had a question? Sumaya?
No, I was just, when you asked for feedback, I was just going to say the pace is great. Thank you.
Okay, good. If anybody feels like it's like way too fast, let me know, okay? Okay, we're going to keep going. Everyone mute? Okay, good. Because I really want us to finish the poem. This is such a beautiful poem. Okay. وَلَا تَجْزَعْ لِلْحَادِثَةِ اللَّيَالِي. Okay, so here we have وَلَا تَجْزَعْ. This word, tajza. So this lam is called lam nahi. It's the prohibitive lam. Don't do it. Okay, and so it makes this next word be in the state of jazm, which is why it's going to actually have a sukun. If you don't know what I'm talking about for the grammar, don't worry, it's okay. This is not a grammar lesson. I want you to just like feel the poem. So if you're feeling overwhelmed when I'm talking about grammar, just shut off and it's okay. You don't need to know this, okay? But if for the people who want to know, وَلَا تَجْزَعْ, don't have jaza. Okay, so what is this word jaza? Jaza is the opposite of sabr. So sabr is patience, okay? And jaza would be the opposite. So it would be to have anxiety, to have despair, okay? This word is in the Quran. It's the state of the human being, instead of jaza. Okay, so don't be anxious, don't have despair. Li hadithati layali. Haditha is again like the events or the occurrences. And layali is the plural of layl, night. So layali are nights, okay? So don't be anxious about, the events of the nights that have passed. Now, this is interesting because this is now again, it's a rhetorical point. Does he literally mean the nights only? The night? Probably not, okay? He doesn't mean just the passing of the nights. He means of time. So this here you see where they refer to a portion of something, but they mean the whole thing. He doesn't just mean the night itself that has passed. He means the day and the night all together, the passing of the night and the day, the passing of time. Okay, so don't be filled with anxiety with the events of the nights that have passed. فَمَا لِحَوَادِثِ الدُّنْيَا بَقَاءٌ. Okay, so this fa, by the way, is a conjunction and so. Ma here is a nafiya. It means laysa. Okay, like don't. So this can also be read فَمَا بَقَاءُ لِحَوَادِثِ الدُّنْيَا. Which, what does it mean? Baqa means to remain, like to have istimrar, to continue, to remain. Okay, like Allah is al-baqi, the everlasting, the one who always is. He's the one who remains. So baqa is to remain, the remaining. Okay, so this is ma baqa'u li hawadith dunya. There is nothing of the events, hawadith, just like haditha, hawadith, events, occurrences. The occurrences of the dunya are not remaining. Kullu shay la yastamir. Nothing is going to remain. Everything is fleeting. Okay, transient. Okay. فَمَا لِحَادِثِ الدُّنْيَا بَقَاءُ. Okay. وَلَا تَجْزَعْ لِحَوَادِثَ اللَّيَالِ. Don't be anxious about the events of the nights that have passed, because and the occurrences of the dunya do not remain. Trying to see if I can scroll. Do I go to the actual page? I am on the page. Mouse, can I? Okay, good, I can scroll. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Okay. Wakun. Okay, we're gonna have to clear the screen. Clear all drawings. There we go. Okay, sorry, I'm really trying to do this as efficiently as possible without you guys sitting in front of me with the whiteboard. Okay. وَكُنْ رَجُلًا عَلَى الْأَهْوَالِ جَلْدًا. Kun is also a fi'l amr. It's a command form. As you must surely know, kun fayakun, be and it is. Okay? Be, to be, kun. From kana yakunu, kun. So kun rajulan, be a man. Be a man who, على الأهوال جلدا. So ahwal is a plural of hawl. Okay. Now, ahwal would mean al-umur al-azima, like weighty circumstances, or al-masayib al-kabira, like trials, big, heavy trials in your life. Okay. So be a man who, when in the face of these ahwal, of these enormous trials in your life, be jaldan. So jaldan is to be fortified, be strong, be firm, be fortified. Okay. Now we're going to see now in what way are you going to be fortified? What is going to fortify you? And so we have over here, وَشِيمَتُكَ السَّمَاحَةُ وَالْوَفَاءُ. So the word shima here would, it could mean, I'm just going to write this down. It could either mean khuluq or sifa. That would be fine. So khuluq or sifa. Khuluq or sifa meaning a quality, a trait, a character trait, an innate quality. It would be shima, innate quality or trait. So what is he saying? Let your shima be samaha and wafa. These are such two beautiful words. Okay, we have the word here, samaha. Okay, samaha means karam, generosity, or maghfira, like to overlook the flaws of people. But from the context of this poem, it probably means karam, to be generous. Okay, samaha. And wafa means loyalty. So be a man who, in the face of adversity, of great trials, you are a fortified human being. You are strong, a strong man. And your traits or characteristics, your innate quality is that of generosity and loyalty. Any questions regarding that thus far? No. Maybe I should check the chat box. Okay, but I know what that is. Okay, I take that is green light.
So I do have a question.
Yes?
another question, but I'm so wafa, could you also say wafa is like being reliable or trustworthy?
I think that with reliable, we generally like mawthuq, or trustworthy would be like amin. Generally, wafa is translated as loyalty, but there might be other meanings to it. But in this context, from what I've learned, it would be loyalty.
Okay.
But look it up, come back to me. Maybe there are other meanings. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. وإن كثرت عيوبك في البرايا وسرك أن يكون لها غطاء. Okay, this is in شرطية. شرطية meaning a condition. Like, if you study, you will be successful. You see, if you do this, this will happen. That's شرطية. It's a conditional sentence. Okay, so this is in. And if كثرت عيوبك. كثرت, this comes from the word kathir, which means a lot. It's the verb. So what is becoming kathir? What is a lot? Your ayub is the plural of aib, which would be a flaw, your flaw or mistake. I wonder, do you want me to type in English here, people? Like this. Does that work? Okay, so ayubuka, so if your flaws have become many, fil baraya. Baraya is the word that means makhluqat, creation. Basically, if your flaws are many amongst people, okay? So it doesn't literally mean people. Baraya could be any makhluqat, creation, okay? You know, we must have heard, somebody is coming in. مرحبا. You must have heard like Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, huwa khairul bariyah, the best of creation. Same word, bariyah. Okay, baraya. So if your ayub are many amongst baraya people, وَسَرَّكَ أَنْ يَكُونَ لَا غِطَاءٌ. Okay, so sarra, this word here, sarra, maybe you know the word surur, okay, which means to be happy, okay. So sarraka is to make happy. So what is going to make you happy? What is able to make you happy? What can please you? Be pleased, have confidence, seek some, and be happy about what? أن يكون لها غطاء. Okay, that for your ayub, these flaws that you have, there is a ghita. A ghita would be a cover. Okay, so this is going to cut in 10 minutes, and then we're going to, no, I don't want to upgrade. How do I get out of here? How do I get out of here? Sorry, open the mouse. There we go. Okay, so here we have my drawing tool. So this, what is going to cover the ghita over here would be like a cover, something that would, like a concealment, something that's going to cover. Okay, so what is going to cover your ayub? Okay, we're going to see that. So this is how I'm going to read this. And if your flaws are many amongst people or amongst creation, be pleased that there is a cover or a concealment for them. So this is what this laha is, by the way, guys. If I look here, la means to, and this ha is feminine, and it's referring back to this ayub, because ayub is again a plural that is khair aqil. It's a plural that has no intelligence, so we treat it like a female, like a she. Okay, if you understand what I'm saying, it's cool. If you don't worry about it. I want you to just enjoy the poem. Okay. وَإِن كَثُرَتْ عُيُوبَكَ فِي الْبَرَايَا وَسَرَّكَ أَنْ يَكُونَ لَهَا غِطَاءٌ. So what is this ghita? The ghita is, if it will just let me scroll, and I'm gonna have to clear the screen, guys. تستر بالسخاء فكل عيب يغطيه كما قيل السخاء. Okay, تستر. So remember how we said that this in here was a conditional sentence. If you study, you will be successful. So we haven't actually come to the jawab, to the answer. We've spoken about that. And if your flaws are many amongst people, okay, then, you know, don't worry, there's a khita. And then what's the answer? What is the jawab of this condition? تستر بالسخاء. The answer is the remedy, the solution, the thing that is going to cover your flaws amongst people is sakha. And the word sakha is such a great word. It's used, it's really like a word of honor and chivalry, because it's to be kareem, generous, okay? Generous or kareem. And I'm going to see if I can, no, so sakha would be karam. I'm using, because sakha is the masdar. So I have to use the masdar. So the person would be sakhi, and the person would be kareem. Okay, but we're talking about it as a verbal noun, sakha. Tasattar bis-sakha'i. Tasattar from sitar, to cover. Okay, like in Arabic, sitara would be a curtain. Or you'll say, Ya Rab, ustur uyubana. Oh Allah, ustur uyubana. Oh Allah, conceal our flaws. Okay, conceal our uyub, the same word, uyub, conceal our flaws. So tasattar, okay? So you will conceal yourself with sakha, by being generous. فَكُلُّ عَيْبٍ, because in every aib, every flaw, every error, every weakness, every flaw, يُغَطِّيهِ كَمَا قِيلَ السَّخَاءُ. Okay, so this can also be read, by the way, فَكُلُّ عَيْبٍ السَّخَاءُ يُغَطِّيهِ. No. السَّخَاءُ كَمَا قِيلَ. Oh yeah, okay, sorry. So you can say فَكُلُّ عَيْبٍ يُغَطِّيهِ السَّخَاءُ كَمَا قِيلَ. You can just say it. Sometimes you have to switch things around because it makes the wazn, the sound of the poetry, flow, or maybe for emphasis as well. But we have probably to keep the rhythm, right? So فَكُلُّ عَيْبٍ يُغَطِّيهِ. So yughatti, as you know from the word ghita, this over here, ghita, was your noun. This is now the verb. So it means to cover. This is covering it. What is the it? This it goes back to aib. Okay. Your generosity will cover your aib. Okay. Your sakha. Your sakha will cover. And kama qil, by the way, it's like on its own, it means as it has been said. Qala yaqulu, and then qila is the passive verb. Qila, as it has been said. Let's see how we can say that again. Yes, so tasattar, conceal yourself with the sakha. Okay, sakha, this generosity, because every aib, every flaw of yours, as it has been said, sakha covers it. Karam, it covers these flaws of yours. Okay, I'm moving on. Unless there are any questions? No. Okay. وَلَا تُرِ لِلْأَعَادِ قَطُّ ذُلًّا. This again, remember guys, how we spoke about this lam, that is the lam nahia. Don't do it, okay? And it's going to make the word after it majzoom. So this here, this is in the state of jazm. I'm not going to go into too much grammar, but I'm just letting you know that the reason why this word might look kind of weird to you is because it's actually dropped a weak letter. Like if I say, for example, okay, no, that's going to go into more grammar. They should say that there's a weak letter at the end of this letter, of this word, which was a ya, and it's been dropped. It's been dropped. Why is it being dropped? By virtue of this forbidding strong, don't do it, la. Okay, that's why it's dropped. Okay, it's called hadfi harfi illa. You drop it here. Wala turi, don't expose, don't show. La tuzhir, don't show to your a'adi. Okay, a'adi is the plural of, let's see if I can write this. Adu. Adu is the word for enemy. So what are we saying? The plural of adu is a'adi. Don't expose, la tulhi, don't show your enemies. Absolutely not. Qat, absolutely, not at all, absolutely. Dhullan. So this word dhul, would mean to be, so dhul is to be submissive or to be docile, to be cowering, okay? So haqara, it's the opposite of izza, you know the word izza, which is to be honorable and mighty, okay? So it's like weak, I mean like weak, okay? Dhul is the opposite of, what did I say? Izza. I don't know if you can see that.
You can also say humiliate.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So in front of the face of your enemy, don't be like that. Why? Now this is inna, which means indeed, very. This is now emphatic. فَإِنَّ شَمَاتَةَ الْأَعْدَاءِ بَلَاءٌ. This word shamata is such a great word. It's a negative word, but it's such a great, like a powerful meaning. Shamata is basically al-farh fi musibat al-akharin. It's malicious joy, like when somebody takes pleasure in your suffering. We have less than a minute left, so it was going to cut, and you just join the room again, okay? And mute your mics, please. So, inna shamat al-a'da, indeed, this malicious joy of the enemy is a bala, like from ibtila, a test or a trial, an imtihan. Okay? So do not expose to your, absolutely not, to your enemy, your weakness, your humiliation, your submissiveness, because indeed the malicious joy of the enemy is a trial. It's a test or a trial, probably. And it's going to cut. So if you have any questions, let's save it. I'm going to end the session and we can get in again. Okay? See you now. Assalamu alaikum. How do I do this? Let's get out of here.